Okay, so again, just reiterating, the way we typically have set this up is by using the context file, and we use that to access the database directly. That is not the typical way of doing things, so we're going to change this to use what's called the repository pattern to access the data, and that's standard in industry. And so just so we can see how this operates, I'm just setting this up. You don't have to do this as part of the repository pattern. I'm just going to go grab a record that we can see. So I'm going to use the managers table. So here in the manager, I'm going to call the managers, and I'm going to get the field. If we go look at the managers, and I browse the data and go to the managers table, then it has this info. So I'm going to go grab one of these records, and I'm going to access this by saying go to managers where, and then x lambda x dot player ID is what it was, is equal to that one. All right, so we're going to go grab that, and then I need to get it down to the form. Now, again, I can go set up a model. I can say this is going to use, so I can go to that form, the index, and say this is going to use the model manager so that it knows what's going to be coming in, and then I can access it by saying go out to the, I'm just going to print out the manager. So let's see. If I get the manager ID, let's print out the team name so I can see that those are associated. Okay, so I say go out to the model, so I'll have to use C# code, so I put my @ sign there. The model dot player ID, no, we want to get the team ID from that model and print out that field there. All right, so let me try running this and we'll see what happens. All right, we're getting an error. Oh, we never passed it down was the reason for that error. All right, so let's go back to our controller, and we do need to pass it once we have it. So I say blah down there. I take what's been loaded up here and pass it down to the view. That was not the error I was expecting. Let's rerun. See if I can get the error I was expecting. All right, so this says what was passed in is of type this thing, but what I was expecting is a manager. And so what we're going to find out, if I go into this program and I put a stop here and rerun this, I'm going to look and see in my in this object and see that there are a whole bunch of managers. And as I look at this data, the problem is this database has been designed very poorly. Now, I'm not saying the information's poor. The information's excellent. But in terms of if you go look and see in the database structure, what is what's the primary key? There is no primary key in this table. How do we uniquely identify one row from another? And so this database design of this data is poor. And you can see that if I go execute SQL and I say select all from managers where player ID is equal to that that ID, you can see there's 24 records in the database that are the same. And so we don't have anything to uniquely identify the data. And that's where sometimes what we get here, and you're not going to believe I'm going to do this, is we use something called a first or default, which is like a limit 1. It just goes and gets the first record. And typically, as you know, I'm not a big fan of the limit 1 philosophy in most cases. There are actually great instances to use it. But if I run this again now, what I'm going to get back in the end is one manager object. So one object that has this information. It's not a list of objects, and so we can access the data that way. And so when I run this, I now get that BS1 that's associated with that first record there of the manager table. I could also, just to kind of prove this point, I could have also just said, give me a view bag, and I'll call it manager info, and then I don't pass anything down to the form, but the view bag gets passed automatically down to the form. And then I could just here have used instead, go out to the view bag under manager info and give me the team ID, and this would work exactly the same way. All right, take my stop off and run this, and sure enough, we get the same information by using the view bag. It's just two different ways of passing it down, either binding the view to the model or just loading up a view bag entry with some stuff in it, and then that gets automatically passed down to the model. But either way, we've got this data showing up. Okay, so now that we've got the data showing up, let's go to work on actually building this little repository pattern. And admittedly, this is something that takes a minute to wrap our brains around. I'm not even sure if we wrap it around fully, but we just have to do it. It would be a shame not to teach you this, because this is the way it's done in industry. And so I think this will work better if I break it up into a series of smaller videos that kind of do each step. And so I'll show you in the next video how to create our little interface that we'll use to make this work. Spencer out.